Hey, what's going on, guys? Leo. So we're getting some breaking news here. Donald Trump had just tweeted this out. Let's go ahead and take a look. So Donald Trump, he tweeted out a U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the president's working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano. Goes on to say that I will make sure that the United States is the crypto capital of the world. We are making America great again. Now, he goes on to say, after, he kind of delayed. So he posted this, and then everybody's some people were freaking out and saying, oh, Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't going to be included, which is really kind of silly. So after about an hour or so, he tweeted out again, and he said, and obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum, as other valuable cryptocurrencies, will be at the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I think this makes a lot of sense because, it's obvious, is what he's saying. It's obvious that Bitcoin and Ethereum will be included because you have the store of value aspect with Bitcoin, where it's a very hard asset, very hard money that you're able to store your wealth in. And then Ethereum is more like a digital oil where, we're seeing banks that are building stable coins on top of Ethereum. We're seeing institutions talking about tokenizing real world assets onto Ethereum and including US treasuries. So, I think it makes a lot of sense for countries to hold Ethereum just because if all of these real physical assets are going to be built on top of this infrastructure, it makes a lot of sense that the government would want to own a piece of that infrastructure. The same way that they have a strategic oil reserve, they're going to have a strategic Bitcoin and Ethereum reserve as well. Now, I'm not surprised that XRP, Solana, and Cardano were included in this. If you think about it, a lot of the main cabinet members that he's put in place are heads of XRP, Solana, and Cardano. So I'm really not surprised that those were included in the crypto strategic reserve. But if you think about it, also Brian Armstrong of Coinbase heavily supported Ethereum, and he very heavily supported Trump in his campaign. And obviously, Brian Armstrong is building his layer 2 base on top of Ethereum, so he's very heavily invested in Ethereum as well. So it's no wonder that it was included. Now, what everybody's probably wondering, okay, well, what does this mean? Well, what I think that we can take away from this for certain is that we can expect other countries around the world that are going to include, they're talking about doing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. I can almost guarantee you they will include Ethereum in that because the president in his tweet has lumped Bitcoin and Ethereum in the same category. And that's because you have the store of value aspect with Bitcoin, but then you have the infrastructure being built on top of Ethereum. So as other countries around the world, they start to realize that, oh, okay, we need to start building our own stablecoins, and many of them already have. We're going to be building this on top of the Ethereum blockchain, and so they want to hold that physical, that asset, that infrastructure that is backing up their own digital economy. So something else interesting here we can take a look at. If we take a look at David Sachs' tweet, the crypto czar, he says, he basically just announces, this is consistent with President Trump's week 1 executive order 14178. So this isn't a new executive order that Trump has just signed. He's just reiterating and confirming we are pursuing it. We're going ahead with the crypto strategic reserve, making, America the crypto capital of the world. But what's interesting is he says that there's more to come at the summit. He's talking about the White House Crypto Summit that's happening on Friday. So some of the things that I'm hoping to find out at this summit is like the allocations that they're looking to do. Is it going to be 50% Bitcoin, 40% Ethereum? How is that going to be divided up? What are they kind of thinking about doing there? What are the next steps in creating this reserve? Some other things that I had noted were, kind of what's the next steps? How are they going to pursue this? How soon are they thinking that they will actually launch this crypto strategic reserve and actually start buying these assets? My thinking is that that's going to come later on in the year. And then something else that's really interesting is if you look back to his campaigning style, he's very good, whether you like him or hate him, he's very good at hyping people up. And so you essentially have a president that is pro crypto, pro Ethereum, Bitcoin, and these other altcoins, and he's holding a White House summit. So I almost wonder if it's going to be similar to his rallies where he's hyping up these coins, hyping up the crypto in America, and driving a lot of inspiration for more investment and growth within this sector. So if that's what we see, we could see massive rallies just because people are getting excited about crypto. And that is something we haven't had in a long time because the prior administration was just constantly attacking it with, lawsuit after lawsuit and just regulation and just trying to squash this new industry. And so we're starting to see this new era where we're seeing the president actually promoting it, actually pumping it. So this is really, really good news for crypto industry. So let's take a look here. This is also breaking news. Apparently, where is it? Vitalik has, they put this leaked photo. Apparently Vitalik has started bodybuilding. So this is a really interesting image of him here. And so then let's take a look at this as well. Earlier in the week, I had tweeted out doing a little bit of charting here, on Ethereum. We saw this very clean impulse wave. You have the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming up for that first one. I tweeted this out saying that I was looking for an ABC structure and that it was kind of unclear at the moment just because this looks like an impulse down. And so what ended up happening was, if we go to my profile, just tweet it out. So we did end up getting that ABC correction that I was talking about here, and then price shot right up for the third wave of this count. So you have a 1, 2, 3, came right up to target here at the negative 100 for a third wave. And so now we can come over here, kind of take a look at big picture. So what happened, right? Well, we went right down to this support that I've been talking about, this really strong support, and we have bounced off of it multiple times now. We're seeing this huge rejection. We have this strong diagonal trend line that is holding up. And what's interesting is if you look at the candle body closes, that's what I'm more concerned with than these wicks. What the wick is showing is that price moved down. It touched an area where traders did not like the price being, and it got rejected and it's forced back up. And so the candle body closes are more important to me than the where price temporarily went. So, we are just in a massive bull flag essentially on Ethereum. And if you zoom out, you can really get good perspective as to what's about to happen. As soon as we start moving up and we break this, and the end of this triangle is like, maybe it goes to August. I doubt it goes that long, but it could. If we start seeing some stablecoin legislation coming through here in the next few months, and then banks start launching them in the fall, late summer type of time, and then we could just see this thing absolutely rocket. So there is absolutely no reason whatsoever to be bearish on the crypto industry right now. This talk of nonsense of it going down to $1,000 because it needs to go home is just absolutely ridiculous. None of the technicals, none of the fundamentals point to that. So that's just not really something that I see happening at all. So this is really good news. I think that things are looking really bright, and I will keep y'all updated on anything that else happens. But until next time, y'all take care.